Have you ever wondered how some people can just pick up the guitar and play stuff? Well, it's not accident. In fact, I believe there's 3 moves that you can learn today that will allow you to do exactly what I just did there. It's a system. It's 2 things. It's knowledge and it's muscle memory. Practice that and you'll get there in no time. So I'm going to share these secrets, I guess, because they were secrets to me until somebody showed me. And once you practice this stuff, man, it really, everything unlocks and things become so much easier. And all of a sudden you're playing up and down the fretboard. So I'm going to give you 3 moves, 1 chord, okay, or 1 chord shape. So we have the E chord shape, okay, so if you play a G like this in the 3rd fret, right, with the E shape, a C in the 8th fret, and a D on the 10th fret. Same shape. I like to play like this, okay, because I like to use my thumb on the bass. I like to mute the A string and have 3, 4, 5 here with my fingers. Just the way I like to play it, there's no right or wrong way, but I feel like this chord's a little bit cleaner on the electric guitar. Alright. Now we're going to learn a scale, and that scale is going to have pretty much everything that we need to learn. Okay, so the scale run, this is based off major pentatonic, and we can move it around with each chord. Okay, so we're going to start here on 3 with the G chord. 3, 5, 7. And we want to practice hammering on, starting with the first finger, hammering on 3 to 5 and then sliding up to 7. Hammer on 5 to 7 on the A string. And then 5 to 7 up to 9. And then we've got 7 to 9 on the G. Okay, and then we're going to do this little move here. We're going to grab our middle finger onto 8. We're going to have 7 and 8, index finger in middle, and then we're going to hammer on and back off again from 7 to 9. And then we're going to climb back up. That's going to take a little bit of work, a little bit of muscle memory, but trust me, it's going to be worth it when you can do that. It doesn't need to be in time with anything right now, you're just practicing the muscle memory. And the reason we're finishing with that little double stop down there is it makes it a little bit musical when you're practicing it. Okay. Alright, so after we've done that, you want to practice moving that around. Okay, we're going to do it up here with the C on the 8th fret. See, it just moves around. You can do the same thing right up here with the D chord as well, on the 10th fret. Okay, so move number 1 from that basically is that first scale move with a little bit of a difference, right? We're going to do this. We're just going to finish right there on the root, on the G. On the D string. And some awesome muscle memory goodness is going to happen when you practice this. Okay, so the next one can be kind of changed and moved a little bit, right? Because it's basically this pattern here. And it's just taking advantage of these notes here, right off the scale. And right here, this is pattern 3 pentatonic if you're interested. 2 is under the chord, and then 3 is right after it. Okay, if you're interested in more of that stuff, that's what I teach my students with my Fretboard Freedom course. You can check out that link in the description. But basically, we have these notes, 5, 7, 5, 7, 5, 7, right? We're going to come over here. 5 to 7, hammer on. And then we're going to do the same thing here on the G, or the D, sorry, and we're also going to get the G with our finger here. Back to 7, and again, bar these two here, get the double stop on 5, 5. 7 to 5, and then 3. And I would advise you to mix this up a little bit, right? So instead of just hammering on, hammer on and pull off. Or both. You can mix it up as many times as you like. And of course we can move it around. D chord. And there you have it, right? And one last bonus move, right? This is a bit of a more advanced move, but it works all the same. Is we bar the bottom 2 strings of the bar chord here, and we hammer on from, let's say in the G, from 3 to 5, then back off again, and then 5 on the G. And then we come to this move again, this little double stop. Index finger on G, on 2, middle finger on 3 in the B. And we hammer on from 2 to 4. Then 5 on the G. Five on the D, sorry. Alright guys, and you know what, that's it. See all the best players, like John Mayer and Hendrix, they can pick up the guitar and just do stuff. It's because they practice this vocabulary over and over and over again. It's ingrained in their fingers, and if you do that, and the more moves like this you learn, before you know it, it's like learning lots of sentences and words in a different language. Before you know it, you will be fluent as long as you keep on practicing phrases and sentences. That's exactly what we're doing here. So guys, I hope you enjoyed that. If you did, give it a like, and if you've not subscribed, subscribe here already, because I do stuff like this every single week. Alright guys, take it easy, and I'll see you in the next one.